Good afternoon, everyone. Joe Maffei here, 123survive.com, home of the Combat Nation and the Integrated Martial Development Center. Okay, guys, I had a couple of requests on a few forums by my friend Dick and one of my buddies, TJ, and they were asking about joint locks, shoulder locks, things like that. And one of the things they were asking about was the Americana, which is another name for a key lock or a paintbrush or a figure four. It basically just bends the arm back this way and causes pressure on the shoulder. Okay? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to just show you a few different ways that you can do the Americana and how they apply on the ground, standing, and with a weapon using different parts of your body as a fulcrum. Okay, guys? So stick with me and I'll start to show you how it works. Okay, guys, when you do the Americana, it's basically just the opposite of the Kimura. The Kimura, Andre's arm is going to bend down. The Americana, the arm is going to be bent up, like this, okay? Sometimes this is called a paintbrush as well, a key lock. Sometimes they call it a figure four armbar, okay? But when you're on the ground, when you do this, here's the goal. I want to keep his elbow close to the floor. I'm going to take my elbow and put it next to his ear like this, okay? Then I'm going to grab his wrist. Now, a lot of people say you shouldn't grab it like a monkey grip like this. You should grab it here. When I do this particular lock, I do grab it like that, the monkey grip, okay? And I keep all my weight on my elbow and all my weight on Andre's chest so that he can't move his body around too much, okay? I want to keep him pinned. With the free hands here, I'm going to slide up under his tricep and I'm going to grab my own wrist, making it look like a four. So it kind of looks like this, okay? Here, up under, and here, all right? Now, a lot of people make a mistake where they lift this up. That's really not what you want to do. What you want to do is drag his wrist on the mat until his wrist is about level with the shoulder, like this. Once it gets here, then I start to lift. Okay, Andre, put your arm on my back so everyone can see. And when you start to feel pain, you just give a little bit of a tap. Okay. The next thing you want to do, guys, is you want to keep your head down, buried right here, because you don't want him reaching around with the other hand, clawing your eyes and things like that. And it gives you just a little bit more leverage of gravity keeping his body down. All right? So when I reach up like this, I keep my head down, I pull it back, and I lift. Okay? This is basically the Americana. A couple of things you want to keep in mind. Sometimes I'll even do a little bit of a semicircle with my arm. Instead of going straight back like this, bending his arm here, I give a little bit of a semicircle this way. I was never taught that, but through experience, that's just basically what I started to learn for myself. So I have a good grip here. I have all my weight on his elbow. Sometimes you can keep your knees up tight. Sometimes you can put one leg out. But you don't want to have this leg out like that because he could maybe scoop it, get you in a half guard. Okay, so even if I have my body out, I'm going to keep my right knee here up against his hip like this. So he can't put me in the guard. I might keep this one out here. Sometimes I'll bend it. Okay, so once again, this comes under here. I keep my head down. I do a little bit of a semicircle here, and then I lift. Okay, and that's going to cause pain in the shoulder. All right? So that's your basic Kimura. I'm sorry, your basic Americana. I keep saying Kimura. Basic Americana from this side position. This can also be done a couple of different ways. Okay? You could be mounted on top like this. Do the same thing. The hands down, the elbows next to it. Keep my head down. Sometimes I'll hook both his legs like this. Sometimes I'll grapevine them like that. There's a few different ways depending on how your opponent's reacting. I keep my head down, I come around, and I lift. Okay, guys, I showed you that Americana from side position, and I showed it from when I mount it. Now, if Andre happens to be like this here, and I took this Americana like this, I can also take this arm with an Americana. Why would I do such a thing? Well, really, he should have his arm should be in here, or his should be protecting and defending against my hip, crushing him down. So let's just say he makes a mistake and he decides that he wants to hug my body like this. Okay? This happens a lot. Guys just grab on. They don't know what they're going to do. This hand here is going to either stay up here, or sometimes it could even be over the top and he could hug me like this, you see? So when this happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my right knee, my foot, up against his hip like I did before, so he can't put me in the half guard or slide the guard. I'm going to control this shoulder, and I'm going to slide my knee next to his body till I sit out right here. Okay? So now you can see I'm still controlling his waist and his hips, so he can't buck me off. All right? A lot of times what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to bump up and get on his hips. See how he just did that? That's exactly what he's trying to do, because he's trying to either get on his knees or he's going to try to push me back like this. Okay? Will that get on me? Good. So once I'm here like this, I feel him starting to hug me. Yeah, I'm going to control this elbow, drag my knee across his body, and control him like this. Now the opportunity for me to take the Americana is when I feel he's starting to move his hip out. Start to move a little bit? Yeah, right there. At that point, I'm going to take this hand here, I'm going to slide it down till I have his wrist. Okay? I'm going to flatten him back out, and as I push this to the floor, I'm going to hook it in figure 4 like this. Now, a couple of things I could do. I'm going to give him his hand so he can tap. Okay? This is how I have him. I really don't want this, but I'll take it. If I lift my hips up, it puts the pressure on his shoulder. If I reach under and pull his head up, it puts pressure on his shoulder. Okay? That's the figure 4 using my legs for the Americana. Okay? Okay, guys, just want to show a few things. Sometimes we did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on the ground. I was showing you the Americana. Basically, the arm just bends back. But that's not only in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Every combative art throughout the world knows that a human can only bend their arm so far this way and so far this way. So I'm going to show you the same Americana lock, but we're going to use this stick here, this screamer stick. And I'm going to show you how it's used in the art of a screamer, Arnis Kali. Okay? So how this works is when I happen to have my stick on this side, and Andre has his stick, one of his a little bit on this side, and he goes to hit my head right here, bam. My first shot is going to be right on his hand as I block. When this happens, as I follow through, give me a little shot there, Andre, bam, that's on his hand. Okay, that's going to weaken this. When this arm follows through, this is just going to come up, around, and hook his head, and then as I crash into him, I put a Kimura on him, like this. You guys see how the pressure? This is now the fulcrum. This is here like this. And I use his neck. And a lot of arts step back and they take the guy right to the ground. Yeah. See how he can't? But I still have the Kimura on him. My stick is over here. Andre goes to hit. There's the smash on the hand. My head, Andre. People hit the head. There's the hit. This is going to be an eye jab. And then I'm going to just take it, controlling this other hand. And now I have this. Once I have this here, can I headbutt? Yeah. Can I knee? Yeah. Can I knee that side? Sure. Can I just hold this hand and just start finishing up with this? Yeah. See, I got complete control here. Controlling both hands. Okay, guys? So, even though we have a weapon in our hand, the function of the elbow and the shoulder still, you okay, buddy? Still can be taught either by using your body or by using a weapon.